You see this little floating mascot? In the world of Hunter x Hunter, he represents the most dangerous power in existence. Forget Nen strikes, forget massive explosions. This is pure financial warfare. Meet Knuckle Bine. He's a pro hunter, but his true skill is being a terrifying, supernatural loan shark. Most fighters want to crush your bones. Knuckle, he wants to crush your credit score. Because in our modern world, the ultimate weapon isn't a sword, it's a high-interest contract. Today we're looking at the anime version of a debt trap. Here is the terrifying truth, the one that's actually real. You want to understand his ability? In Hunter x Hunter, Knuckle doesn't kill you with a punch, he kills you with a loan. And his Nen ability, A.P.R, is the single most realistic financial horror story ever told in anime. It's a mirror to our own credit card system. Here is the terrifying truth, the one that's actually real. You want to understand his ability? In Hunter x Hunter, Knuckle doesn't kill you with a punch, he kills you with a loan. And his Nen ability, A.P.R, is the single most realistic financial horror story ever told in anime. It's a mirror to our own credit card system. When he hits you, he isn't dealing damage. He's giving you a cash advance of his own energy. You feel stronger for a second, but that's the trap. You just signed a deal with a devil who charges interest every 10 seconds. Let's look at the math, because this is where it gets life-changing. Knuckles' A.P.R charges 10% compound interest. In the real world, credit cards charge maybe 25% per year, but Knuckles, he charges 10% every 10 seconds. If you take a 100-point hit and don't pay it back immediately, the math turns against you exponentially. In just a few minutes of fighting, that small debt becomes millions. This is exactly how payday loans and predatory lending work in the US. They rely on the fact that you can't pay the principal fast enough. So the interest grows until it consumes your entire life. You aren't fighting a person anymore. You're fighting a calculator that never sleeps. Why do powerful monsters like Youpi lose their cool? It's not the physical pain, it's the debt anxiety. When you have a counter over your head, ticking up every second, you stop thinking strategically. You start making desperate moves. This is the psychological weight of debt. It drains your mental energy, your Nen, long before the bank actually comes for your house. Knuckle stays at a distance, mocking his opponent, because he knows time is his best soldier. He doesn't need to risk his life for it. He just needs to survive long enough for the interest to do the killing for him. That is the definition of a predatory system. Eventually, the debt exceeds the victim's total capacity. The anime is triggered in state, total bankruptcy. For 30 days, the debtors lose their ability to use Nen. They are defenseless. Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. It's a legal zetsu. Your credit is destroyed, your assets are frozen, and you're locked out of the financial system for years. It's a reset button, yes, but at a massive cost. Knuckles' ability shows us that bankruptcy isn't just a piece of paper. It's a period of total vulnerability where you realize that the system owned you all along. The goal isn't to win the fight, the goal is to never let that counter start ticking. Knuckles' A.P.R is a warning disguised as a shonen power. Don't let your interest outrun your life. If you want to learn how to punch back against real-world debt and stop your own pot clean from growing, hit that subscribe button. We break down the stories of money, debt, and how to reclaim your freedom. Manage your energy, manage your money, and I'll see you in the next breakdown. Stay debt-free. So, if you find yourself with a pot clean hovering over your shoulder, what's the move? In Hunter x Hunter, the only way to stop the counter is to strike back. In the real world, it's exactly the same. You cannot outrun a debt that compounds every 10 seconds or every month. You have to face the lender. The longer you wait, the stronger the Nen of that debt becomes until it eventually triggers a total financial zetsu. To beat the system, you need a counter strategy. First, stop the bleeding. Stop using the credit that's feeding the interest.
全然振り切れね
Second, look into debt
早いだけじゃ
consolidation
通用し
or
な
the
い
snowball method.
ところでそれは
Tackle
何
the
だ
smallest debts first to gain momentum, or the highest interest
Ah.
ones to kill the monster's
ハンター
growth.
にやられちゃったんだけどさ
If the numbers have already reached the millions, don't be afraid to consult a professional about bankruptcy. Remember, even the strongest hunters know when to retreat and reset their strategy. It's better to lose a battle today than to lose your freedom for a lifetime. Debt is designed to be a silent killer. It thrives on your fear and your silence. But by understanding the math, just like Knuckle understands his APR, you take the power back. You shift from being a victim of the system to being a player who knows the rules. Don't let a contract define your worth or your future. You are the hunter, not the prey. If this breakdown helped you see your finances